clear as a day in the video. There's a camera right in there, right over top of you. So we have one missing just in that example for $920. So the suspect here is the GM.
Under arrest. You have an arrest warrant, okay? For what, sir?
I did not take any cash deposits from Staples. I mean, I've been going through enough, and it's been hard enough. Like, I was working open to close for months on end since I started there.
こんにちは、ミスタージャッジです。2024年4月、アメリカ・フロリダ州ステープルズというオフィス用品店の本社から1本の通報が入る。それはある店舗の売上金が相次いで消失したというもの。通報を受け、警官は通報者である本社の管理者に詳しい事情を聞くと、ある意外な人物が捜査線上に上がった。それではボディカメラの映像を見てみよ
う。Got a GM. 29th, leave of absence.
Okay.
He basically job abandoned, but you know how those rules go. He didn't contact anybody, but then somebody got a hold of him through HR and they put him on LOA. That's so.
この店舗を任されていたのがゼネラルマネージャーのアンソニー。現金管理も担う信頼の厚い管理者だった。しかし彼の任されていた店舗で異変が起きる。
So I get notification from our bank. And it goes through another person who works in corporate. Says, hey, we got 3 deposits outstanding. And it's from, it starts at the end of February. So I request to the store, to this GM, send me your GARDA log that shows they're signed for. GARDA comes, picks them up once a week. And then our weekly deposit log. So he sends that to me, and they look fine. Look like they're picked up and gone. So I'm thinking, oh, it's not our fault. It must be the GARDA. They have a camera system, so I have to verify and confirm, right? So I'm watching it, and in any given week, you get 7 business days. GARDA comes once a week, so you get 7 business days. So GARDA comes in, they're supposed to pick up 7 bags, he scans 6. It's clear as a day in the video. There's a camera right in there, right over top of you. Scans, he has to enter them out, does it 6 times. So we have paperwork that shows he scanned 6, not 7. So we have one missing just in that example for $920. So the suspect here is the GM.
週に一度、警備会社が売上金の回収に訪れるというこの店舗。売上金は1日ごとに袋に入れられ、管理者が確認しスキャンした後、警備会社が1週間分、合計7袋の売上金を持っていく流れだが、なぜか毎週6袋しか回収されていなかった。その紛失総額はいつの間にか約$3万に達しており、それを店舗で誰よりも信頼されていたゼネラルマネージャーが盗んでいた可能性があるというのだ。
How long has that been going on?
Yeah, it started, the first deposit missing is the date, what is it, 2/29. Yeah, 2/29.
And it's been going every week since?
Yes, well, it escalated. That was the first one, sales date. So we have 11 bags missing, and that's the total loss we have right now.
Okay.
And everything that's occurred after this, he went on LOA shortly after this because I started sticking my nose into it.
And nothing happened after 3/17?
No.
Okay.
I started inquiring about 3/20, 3/21.
And it stopped?
And it completely, well, he left. Yeah,
okay, he left.
And
当初、通報者も売上金の紛失は偶然ではと考えていたが、ゼネラルマネージャーが休職に入った直後から売上金の紛失は一度も起こっていない。この一致に通報者も捜査官も強い違和感を抱く。
What date did he leave?
His last day worked, I think, was 3/29.
3/29. But nothing happened
No,
from
no, we're
3/17
clean.
to 3/29?
We're clean.
Okay.
Deposits picked up in the bank.
Okay.
The only person, let me show you the safe so you get a little grasp of it.
ここで重要になるのが、現金が保管される金庫の構造である。実は犯行の成立には、金庫の仕組みも大きく関係していた。
Here's the safe. This is where the deposits were kept. This is just your safe funds. This is where they keep all the money throughout the day, where they get changed. Dollars that we start the bank with, you know, the drawer, and then the rest of it's our profit, the deposit. And then he seals it in the bag and they put it in there. There's the process for that.
Got it.
It's a 2-person process. So, but this was not secured like this. And it's supposed to work like that, where GARDA comes in, puts in a second key. Well, I found out, you know, obviously after the fact that you just pull up the handle and the deposits were accessible.
So it wasn't secure?
It wasn't secure.
要するに本来厳重に施錠されるはずの売上金は、保管する部屋にさえ入れれば容易に取り出せる状態だったことになる。となると、この部屋にアクセスできた人間は全て怪しいということになるが。
Was this door secure?
Oh yeah, that door is always closed.
Okay, so only people who have access to this door will have access to that.
Yep, yep. Key entry, and there's There's 5 people in the building that held a key. So that'd be the general manager, sales manager. Well, let's see, the tech soup. They don't have a sales manager right now. So it'd be the general manager, the tech soup, Mike, the MIS, and then you've got two print marketing soups that have a key. But you can eliminate almost all of them. One, and the reason is the print marketing soups never came in here during my investigation. From 226, I never even saw them come in here, and they would have no need to. The tech soup, he closes about every night. He's here right now doing. I can eliminate him.
He never came in here.
Well, no, he came in here. He closed, but he had no interest in that. He would. The way the process works is. He prepares the deposit and he leaves the money here, and then a second person comes in. This is our process, the company. Second person comes in, they verify it, so he's not stealing, right? They put it in the bag while he's here, and they seal it, and the verifier throws it in there. So one's verifying the other, and that's the process. And then they're really consistent on it about 90% of the time.
金庫の部屋の鍵を持つ人間は5人いたが、店舗自体に来ていない人間が多く、犯行期間に部屋に出入りしていたのはテック担当とゼネラルマネージャーの2人だけだった。テック担当も売上金の管理を行っていたものの、そもそも売上金の管理には二重チェック体制が存在しており、テック担当が売上金を確認した日は管理者、要するにゼネラルマネージャーがチェックを行っていた。
The guy I'm suspicious of, it's so obvious. I'll show you a clip.
Okay.
The GM. But the GM is the only one.
ここで通報者はゼネラルマネージャーを犯人と確信するに至った防犯カメラについて証言する。
So as soon as that door comes open, the video backs up maybe 2 seconds, and then it starts recording.
Okay.
And then you see the door open, you see the people come in. So what I saw was the GM coming in, going into that deposit. So when he's here bending down, digging around into the deposit, from that angle, it's really difficult to see exactly what's going on. It's not like stealing from a register and you got the camera
Right, you don't see him put it in the pocket.
It's not that obvious.
Okay.
What he does is he uses this prop right there. He used that once. This is lost and found stuff that shouldn't have been down there, but this envelope was in there. But this is so out of policy, it's not even funny. It's not how we handle it. But anyway, that bag was down there, and that's one of the things he messed with. And he would be down in there with the deposits, and all of a sudden he walks out here and goes into his office with that bag, and then comes back and puts it in. So.
Also, he takes that bag with him.
Yeah, takes
Okay.
it into his office there.
And this-
There is no clear concealment of the deposit bags. I'll tell you that right now.
Okay.
The only thing we have is kind of like a process of elimination. The person, you can't accuse somebody of stealing something if they never went in there.
Right.
He's the only one, and he did it time after time after time.
防犯映像には極めて不審な行動が映っていたものの、決定的な瞬間は映っていなかった。だが警察は数ヶ月をかけ解析を続け、ついに逮捕に至る証拠が出揃う。
What's your name, sir? Anthony. You're under arrest. You have an arrest warrant, okay?
For what, sir?
Is there any guns in here?
No, sir.
Okay. Just stay right where you're at.
Yes, I'm under
You're
arrest.
under arrest for felony charges out of the city of West Palm Beach and referenced in fraudulent. Nope, that was for Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office.
Yes, sir. Charges for City of West Palm Beach. Come on out.
Come on out. No. Come on out. Well, put your hands on top of the car. I'm back to you.
Fresh charges for you, boss.
They're new. They're new. You got arrested on the 12th
Hey.
for Palm Beach County. That was for schemes to defraud and using other people's property, things like that. This is for something completely different.
City of West Palm Beach charges. City of West Palm Beach.
All right. So, would you rather take this off and I'll cuff you?
Gosh.
I know it sucks, dude, but
I don't even know what's
this is what it is, brother.
Yeah, I guess. I understand that.
You got some keys on you.
Yeah, I have my keys.
Okay.
Can I get my phone from there? Can
I'll
grab
get your
it,
phone.
please?
I will get your phone. You want to take this off?
Anything. Yeah.
It'd just be easier, more comfortable if you want to take that off.
こうして逮捕されたアンソニー。警官は車内で事情聴取を開始した。
It's fraud stuff. It's nothing violent. You're not, you're not.
What's going on?
I think he probably wants to. I'd give it a shot. It's probably worth talking to him about.
So I'm recording. I'm the detective assigned to this investigation. Okay. You understand that you're obviously under arrest.
事情聴取の前に 逮捕された人物に黙秘権などの権利を伝えるミランダ警告を読み上げる警官。これは容疑者の権利を守るだけでなく、以降の供述は証拠として使われることを念押しする役割も持つ。
You have the right to remain silent, that anything you say may and will be used against you in a court of law. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Right now, it's the time for me to ask you questions and for you to answer whatever you want to answer. Okay? The allegations are that, were you an employee of Staples?
Yeah, I work for Staples.
How long did you work for Staples?
I worked for Staples. I started with them in New York, in let's say it's like April 2023.
Since April of 2023. How long have you worked at the Staples here?
In this Staples here, I came. I think it was in around August 2023, somewhere in there.
Okay.
Between August and September.
Okay, so you started around August or September?
Yeah.
Okay.
2023. That date had moved around a couple of times. It was initially supposed to be October, but it was earlier.
Okay. What's your title?
I was the general manager for this location here.
Are you still employed there?
Growth Market. No. At this time, I was on an extended medical leave. I took very ill.
Okay.
And my doctor took me out of work. That was probably 3 months. I've been out. I have not returned, and I wasn't. Due to the job and just the conditions of what was going on, it was a big attributor to what made me sick. My physician had recommended that I find a different job.
What was it about the job that you don't have to tell me about your physical ailments, but
Right.
what was it about the job that would make you physically ill?
So, just very strenuous shifts. There was a lot.
アンソニーは当時の勤務環境について強い負担があったと話し始める。
The company went through some very major realignments and shifts, changes to their operation structures and personnel structures, functional structures of personnel. In the time since I got there, I was brought there under the pretense and agreement. Part of why I accepted it was because I was told it was a turnkey operation, and then that it was going to be transitioning to a growth market model. So upon going there, we started getting bombarded with very high-level visits from corporate, from all over the country, from the investment group. And with that, leading up to it, it would be fire drills to just make preparations, clean the store, get all things just perfect. And I mean, working open to close for days, weeks at a time for that. And then there would be a long list of initiatives and to get obviously executed after the visit per their instructions. That would happen probably, at one point 3-4 times a month. On top of that, the district and company did a whole realignment to where we had a new district manager, new divisional leader, and it was very aggressive.
長時間労働や会社の再編で大きな負担を抱えていたというアンソニー。だがそれは現金が消えた理由にはならない。
So you have a stressful job. I have a stressful job. People have stressful jobs.
Right.
This is the time where you can help yourself.
Right.
You have any idea why a detective will be talking to you right now? And before you answer, please, do you have any idea why I will be here talking to you specific to Staples?
No, sir.
How many people had access and a key to the cash room at Staples?
Let's say other than myself,
Yep.
there were, I think, 4.
4 other people. Okay.
I mean, and that's just during a time, mind you, like I was telling you before, there were many visits with many managers at different levels, whether they're regional, divisional, in and out of that store very frequently.
Okay. The allegations is that there's money missing, and just before you answer, I've been working this case now for quite some time.
Right.
Okay. So you know what there will be any allegations that there will be money missing from the cash room of Staples.
I can tell you what I am privy to regarding the discrepancies, because I was involved with investigating them. Probably, I don't remember how long before I went out sick, but I remember we provided all the information and the armored carrier logs, and just everything that went along with that. And at that point, that's as far as I was involved with that. Now, with that, I know that was as a result to it being reported through the system that they hadn't received deposits that were.
Did you ever take any money from Staples? Before you answer,
right.
Understand that I've been dealing with this for now a few months. Did you ever take any cash deposits from Staples?
I did not take any cash deposits from Staples, and I understand.
アンソニーは犯行を否定し、店舗の管理体制に問題があったと主張し始める。話の矛先を店舗の運営問題へ向けようとしているようだ。
Anybody else take cash deposits from Staples?
Not to my knowledge, not that I've seen or am aware of. I can tell you.
Have you ever come to Staples in a day or time that you were not supposed to be working at Staples?
Sir, I would come to Staples off my schedule at different times, all the time, and as related to what I was just explaining to you, I would come there as needed,
So if there's video of you walking out of that cash room with cash deposits, you're saying that video would not be truth.
I'm saying that that's not what it. I did not take any cash deposits out of Staples. Now, and I had explained over the phone dealing with the loss prevention, Ted, and other, and as far as some of the concerns that I had regarding the safekeeping, regarding the process, because they were on process, and I was doing my best to get things on process to avoid the types of issues and the discrepancies that we were going through at that time.
And what would be that? What would be one thing that you did to avoid that?
So in that, one of the main things is that in that particular safe, there is an internal safe as well. Like, so when you open the main safe, there's another one. And it's connected to a chute. And the chute goes down just like every other retail. I've been doing retail a very long time. And that's how it's supposed to be managed. So that way, once it's dropped, it's secured until the armored car person comes and picks it up with their key. What they were doing here is just preparing the cash and then putting it in the safe. Putting it in the bottom, which wasn't locked. They wouldn't lock it. It would be just set on day lock all the time.
デイロックとは、営業時間中に店員が開け閉めできる簡易的な施錠状態のこと。売上金は本来の厳重な管理ではなく、複数の従業員がアクセスできる状態で保管されていた。これは通報者である本社管理者も把握していた事実だ。
One time I actually locked it. They had a conniption because they couldn't open it. They didn't have the key. So I found the key for them, purged the safe, and another issue is that they were keeping all of the lost and found, which this place had collected a lot of lost and found. It was exploding out of the same section that they were putting, stacking their cash deposits up on. So I was working very hard to consolidate that lost and found, to try to reach out to the people. So I worked very hard to do that, to get that consolidated and to get on process with the cash handling. And I made it very, very clear on the team as far as the expectation. Once they had a discrepancy on some of the cash drops. I was at that point starting to make sure that everybody was on process. Ted was saying the same thing. He was telling me, let's make sure we all understand the correct process on that. At no time, there have been times where, because of where the lost and found was situated, there were times where I have gone in there to recover a document or a belonging that belonged to a customer, that left it there, and I would bring it and get it to them or mail it to them. So if there was if I'm being seen taking something out, and it's not like helping or assisting with the transition of a cash drop, then it was in managing like the lost and found and managing the excessive amount of liability and all of those documents in there.
So you're saying that there was excessive amount of liability with the lost and found, and you're saying that there was a kind of a mess, that's my word,
it's a big mess
between the cash and that.
for years.
金庫には現金だけでなく遺失物や重要書類も保管されていたため、金庫から何かを取り出した映像が残っていたとしても、それは書類を取り出していただけだと供述するアンソニー。しかし警官は、そもそも金庫をごちゃ混ぜ状態にしたのは、実はアンソニーだと把握していた。
But then you decide to merge the cash with the lost and found.
No, it was already done. It was already...
That's not what I was told. Here's what the allegations are.
That's not true at all. That is not true at all.
Listen,
you keep checking the go back. I swear to you, if you continue digging in the investigation for that fact of how they were managing lost and found, and you'll see from before, long before I got there, they were using that bottom cabinet as the lost and found with no additional like separation between that stuff and the deposit. But one thing I did was made them put all of the lost and found into like a consolidated bag that said lost and found on it, and make them try to upkeep the lost and found ledger as frequently as possible, or at least consistently. But I did not merge those two things together. I was trying to break them apart and to eliminate the lost and found, and then going forward, instead of automatically putting something that was found in there and forgetting about it, make an effort to look up, identify the person, and reach out and let them know that you have their item. And that's what we were doing up to that point. But they had things going back from like 2013, 2014 in there. And that was the issue. And I had expressed this concern to my direct supervisor, to Ted as well. At no point did I go in there and take money out of there. I mean, I've been going through enough, and it's been hard enough. Like, I was working open to close for months on end since I started there. No days off, and my family is out here. We weren't even able to settle into a permanent home yet. I have 7 kids. My wife. We weren't even supposed to be like that for this long, but I've been obligated to be here, which I've done in good faith, did my job, did everything I was asked, gone to other locations to help.
アンソニーは警官からの指摘を認めるどころか、むしろ自分こそが被害者だと言わんばかりの力説を続ける。だがその様子にはどこか焦りの色がにじんでいた。弁解をやめない彼にしびれを切らした警官は、ついに確信に触れた追及を開始する。
You want to be truthful today, or am I just going to listen to you talk? And I'm just a straight shooter.
I am being truthful in regards to
so here's it in regards to money that is missing from the safe, and you on video several times, at least 4 that I counted that I saw, where there's discrepancies in the cash. You walk into the vault, you remove the cash deposits, and you hide them, whether it's underneath a folder or underneath something else. So do you want to talk about the truth, or do you want to, because the truth will set you free. I'm a reasonable person, and when there's no victim, there's no crime, Anthony. So if Staple decides not to be a victim any longer, you're not going to see Detective Palacios anymore. But if I'm going to sit here and I'm going to have to accept you lying to me, I think that's a little bit unfair. I think that's disrespectful now, because we're at the end of July, and this is back from February and March, I believe it was. And there's several deposits that are missing. And I don't know if you knew, but Anthony, I'm giving you the facts and the truth. The truth is documented, so I'm not making it up.
Understood.
So, and there's videos where it's on a sensory basis that when it censors somebody in the room, it goes off and it starts recording. I've reviewed those videos. I've reviewed the consistency, and I saw you grab deposits from underneath the safe that you're explaining. I saw you logging in on the clipboard, whatever you were logging. I saw you pull out certain things. I've already gone through that.
捜査官はアンソニーが売上袋を取り出している映像を決定的な証拠として突きつける。さすがのアンソニーもついに真実を打ち明けるだろうか。
I'm trying to understand why you did it so that I can pass along the information and you can potentially, honestly, help yourself. I'm also very reasonable, and I will share whatever message you have for me to share with Staples and management. But just please understand that this is a decent time for us to talk about the truth so that you can potentially help yourself by moving on out of this so that you can take care of your 7 kids and your wife.
Sir, and I very much respect that, and I respect you and your time too.
Yeah.
But this is clearly a big misunderstanding, a big misunderstanding, and I am not going to say that I've taken something that I haven't taken.
結局この日、最後まで犯行を認めなかったアンソニー。その後、銃窃盗罪と詐欺計画の罪で起訴され、2年間の保護観察処分を受けた。実刑は免れたものの、仕事も信用も築き上げてきたキャリアも失った彼は、約470万円の横領で一体何を得たのだろうか。